Kenya as a nation is proud to harness a vastly thriving and expansive tourism industry. Many a country on the African continent would hardly lay claim to have what Kenya boasts of in terms of tourist attractions. From the coastal zone, the Great Rift Valley, Central, Western and the northern parts of Kenya, such attractions abound. Add this to the rich cultural diversity and the warm hospitality of our people, to an excellent cuisine that takes care of a variety of tastes, and you have a complete picture of a nation that says karibu with an open heart. Tourism is a major foreign exchange earner for the country, perhaps only rivaled by agriculture. But unlike the latter, which sometimes succumbs to the vagaries of weather, tourism guarantees a steady flow of visitors almost throughout the year. In the local lingua, Kiswahili, the word safari means journey. It also implies going somewhere exciting and significant. In Kenya, a safari can be as luxurious as anyone wishes. The visitor will doubtlessly savor a menu of natural history, scenery and culture, with as little or as much comfort as one decides. A typical package tour moves from lodge to hotel, to the sites and back to lodge, in what can be billed the experience of a lifetime. Well, be that as it may, we invite you to feel most welcome to some of Kenya's wondrous images. In open country across the Mara River, the Mara Game Reserve is home to a high concentration of big game. Here, buffaloes, lions, elephants and rhinoceros can be seen in plenty. And that is not all. The wildebeest, gazelles, impalas and giraffes also roam and graze in the wild.
It is indeed great pleasure for me to welcome you to the seventh new wonder of the world, our great Masai Mara. We in Kenya have always appreciated the uniqueness of the Masai Mara and the phenomenon of the annual migration.
The Mara is a showcase that best illustrates an ecosystem that harmonizes animals and nature. Whether from a balloon ride at the crack of dawn or from a vantage point, you can witness a million teeming wildebeest making their annual migration across the Mara to many other face-to-face encounters with the lives and adventures of the Big Five in Kenya. Game drives at the vast parks and reserves can be exhausting and energy-sapping. Situated inside and at the outskirts of the Mara are lodges and clubs where comfort and rest are guaranteed. Kick Rock Lodge is right inside the Mara with a bed capacity that can accommodate 200 tourists. The lodge is especially popular between June and September, when many a tourist flock the game reserve to witness the spectre of the wildebeest migration from Mara to Serengeti.
Rock is actually a very unique location within the Mara. It's right in the middle of the Mara. It makes it very easy for clients to get to see the park from here. And compared to being outside the park, Rock makes it easy for you to see the different points in the Mara, given the fact that the Mara is the largest game reserve in Kenya.
The Mara Sopa Lodge is another hotel facility inside the Mara. It is part of the Sopa Lodges complex, which are to be found in Kenya and Tanzania.
We have 4 units in Kenya and 6 units in Tanzania. Mainly, we as Mara Sopa deal with 3 main guests from Europe. The main ones being Germans as number 1, Number 2, we have the French. And number 3, we have the Spanish. Local tourism in Mara Sopa is picking up. We have quite a lot of people now coming mainly during the Christmas and New Year holidays, and during the school holiday, and especially during the Easter holidays. Mainly it's improving because of the awareness that is being created by the government through the media.
I decided to come here is because of some TV program showing Kenya, especially the Masai Mara.
High on a hill, overlooking the Masai Mara and the favored Serengeti, is Mpata Safari Club. Boasting a unique Japanese design that blends well with the African environment, Mpata provides the visitor with an ideal panoramic view of the sprawling Mara from the safety of the room window.
As you can see, we are the only lodge that has a jacuzzi. And we have, let's say, we have deluxe and the suite. Deluxe, we have a kitchenette where outside where you can have your own barbecue and all that. So it's rarely you'll see any other lodge in Mara having such facility. 90% of our business comes from Tokyo, Japan. And the other 10%, 5% local, 5% maybe we get from Europe and other places like America.
A tour of the Masai Mara is never complete without a visit to the intriguing Maasai villages, which impart a sense of love for humankind and wildlife. Over to the farthest point of the tourist circuit in northern Kenya lies the Buffalo Springs and the Shaba National Reserves.
Shaba was set aside in 1975. Buffalo Springs was set aside as a protected area during independence.
In Shaba we have the different unique mammal species. At the moment there are 3. Reticulated giraffe, Besa oryx, and also the Gravis zebra. Similarly, it is a bird's paradise. Despite the seemingly dry or shrubby vegetation, we have upwards of 350 different bird species. And of that, a whopping 5% are endemic to the region itself.
Shaba is associated with the legendary Adamson's family, famed for its near magical charm in taming the lions. Incidentally, their unique rapport with the animals turned out to be a film director's paradise owing to its ideal locations for the shooting of movies and popular TV shows. Such world-acclaimed films like To Walk with Lions, Born Free, Out of Africa, The Great Crocodile Trail, and more recently, the great TV show Survivor Africa series.
At the moment we're doing at least one feature film every year. This year, just last month, we did a Russian movie called The Equator, which was basically a comedy Russian movie. Last year we did one with the Chinese. Year before we've done, actually 3 years ago we've done the Survivor series, and before then we also had Walk with the Lions.
In the environs of the Shaba Game Reserve lies the secluded oasis of Sarova Shaba Game Lodge, which overlooks the fast-flowing Ewasonyiro River. Adjoining Shaba is the Samburu National Reserve, which is managed jointly by the local county council.
It was gazetted 1963, and that's the time it was open for the public to visit. So now Samburu now is managed by Samburu County Council.
One major benefit of this kind of management is that some of the proceeds earned from tourism and entry fees goes towards the well-being of the neighboring communities through expansion and improvement of infrastructure, which include roads, dispensaries, and education bursaries. Like the tourists who visit the reserve, colleges and school groups whose charges are highly subsidized get to see for themselves the diverse plant species, over 450 recorded bird species, and the big game only found in the north. This includes the gravy zebra, the long-necked gerenuk, oryx, and the Somali ostrich. The elephants also roam the reserve, walking undisturbed in this land of fascinating, raw, untouched Africa. Crocodiles, too, can occasionally be seen raising their heads from the cool waters of River Ewasonyiro. Standing out conspicuously in the shrubby vegetation of the reserve is the Samburu Lodge, where on a clear day one can view the snow-capped Mount Kenya. Samburu, with a 67-room capacity, also has a sister facility, Larsens, a tented, luxurious camp with an additional 20 rooms. Here, you can enjoy your breakfast in the wild, complete with champagne. Kenyans are encouraged to take advantage of the low rates, especially arranged for them to sample some of the best excitement that their country can offer.
Yeah, the rate between the citizen and the non-residents is not the same. For example, entry fee for Kenyans is 500 per resident, and for tourists is $30, $30 US.
So far, it is encouraging to note that of the 60% of visitors who visit the reserve during the low season, 40% are locals. A tour of the Samburu Game Reserve may not be complete without taking time off to view the rich cultural heritage of the neighboring communities. By gaining from tourism, whether directly or indirectly, the communities reciprocate by helping in the conservation of the park and reserves, thus helping to sustain the tourism industry. Be there yourself. Be part of the fun as you join in making Kenya the destination of choice.